Happening now, Pennsylvanians have been warned not to leave home without wearing a mask. Details coming up. Plus, a Dunkirk man is facing federal charges following an investigation last month.
And the sun is back out in full force today. It's hotter and much more humid. It'll continue that way through the holiday weekend. I've got the full details next. The news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Effective immediately, Pennsylvanians have been warned not to leave home without their mask. Expanding on the business safety order signed in April requiring the wearing of masks in businesses, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf late yesterday issued a new order taking the mask-wearing directive one step further. With the order signed under the authority of the Disease Prevention and Control Act, masks must now be worn whenever anyone leaves home.
Pennsylvania is one of the few states that actually has had a downturn in the cases. But we've actually had a few, and for the most part, we're still doing a pretty good job. But in the last week, we've actually seen a slight uptick that has been centered in a few different places.
Now, more and more health experts have called for mask wearing, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, who said during a June 30th Senate hearing on COVID-19, Americans who don't wear masks may propagate the further spread of infection. Meanwhile, Governor Andrew Cuomo says that local governments are not doing their job of enforcing COVID-19 compliance, which is creating a threat of more people becoming infected. He said local governments need to step up enforcement of COVID-19 related measures. Speaking during a press conference update yesterday, the governor noted that young people are not wearing masks or practicing social distancing.
Citizen compliance is slipping. I get it. I understand it. Been inside a long time. The weather's warm. I miss my friends. Governor says everything's good. Governor says everything's good. I bring a mask. I don't really wear it. I do that chin move, the chin move. Feel good that I have my mask. Doesn't do anything. I get why the compliance is slipping, but it is a very real problem.
The governor also explained expanded COVID testing to all 19 million state residents. He also announced that 16 states are now on the quarantine list, effectively doubling that list. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says a joint investigation between federal and local law enforcement resulted in the arrest of a Dunkirk man at his house Monday. Deputies say the U.S. Postal Service alerted the DEA, Southern Tier Regional Drug Task Force, and the Dunkirk Police Department that 30-year-old Hector Santos Morales was allegedly preparing to receive a package containing over 2 pounds of cocaine via the mail. A search warrant was executed at his house on Monday. Santos Morales was arrested without incident on a federal charge of attempt to possess with intent to distribute 500 grams or more of a mixture and substance containing cocaine. After his arraignment, he was released under the supervision of federal probation. Officials with the Chautauqua Harbor Hotel presented a $20,000 check to the Child Advocacy Program of Chautauqua County yesterday afternoon. David Hart, the president and CEO of Hart Hotels, presented the check to Lou Meckley, who's the Child Advocacy Board president, during a ceremony outside of the Harbor Hotel. The Child Advocacy Program helps children and families suffering from physical and sexual abuse. Meckley says the funding will be used to help offset costs that are not covered by traditional grants that the program receives.
Inevitably, there are needs that people come to us with that don't fit exactly into a grant line or a specific area like that. So this allows us to fill those gaps.
The check presentation ceremony took place more than 5 months after the annual Fire and Ice celebration, where a percentage of those funds from the event were donated to the nonprofit organization. Well, we thank you all so much for joining us here for WNY News Now as we continue towards a holiday weekend. For some, this Thursday might feel like a Friday if you're lucky enough out there. Got to say hello to Dawn. Good to see you. Good to see Rita. Good to see David, Pam, and Helen as well. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. We thank you so much for joining us. Let us know what you're doing, what you're thinking, and what your thoughts are on the stories that we're talking about here in the comments down below. Well, let's check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who is gearing up for a pretty big hot pattern going forward, Dakota. I know we talked yesterday about this, but the heat is on.
It is. The heat is on. It's the dog days of summer, guys. Actually, this month is actually the hottest month, not just here, but generally across the United States. July generally has the most extreme heat and humidity. That's the way it's supposed to be. Here's a live look coming from Salamanca. Just almost a clear sky overhead right now. Just a few clouds dotting the sky. Otherwise, that is it for today. The humidity's still up there today, so it's still going to be a factor. The humidity is still up, 60 to 65 degree dew points today. So again, your clothes are going to be almost sticking to you this afternoon as you walk outside because, of course, the humidity is up once again. The chance of rain over the next 5 days is really minute. Now, we do have a 25% chance of rain in there for tomorrow, but don't worry too much about that. The better chance for this is going to be well inland away from the lake, but I wouldn't worry about that. The most of the day will be dry with lots of sunshine. 78 was the high yesterday, 59 for the first time in a few days. We actually had a low temperature in the upper 50s, and 93 and 40 are the record high and low set at the Jamestown airport on this date. So through the afternoon, more and more sunshine, milder, but the breeze picks up through the day. 78 at the immediate Lake Erie water, going to 86 while inland, but a northwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour at least will help just a tiny bit. But the heat and the humidity continues to rise, and by next week, maybe low 90s in spots. I've got the details in a few. Justin?
All right, I'm sure everyone's going to be watching that forecast. Dakota, thank you. Coming up next, the National Comedy Center. They're scheduled to reopen tomorrow. Details on what safety precautions they are taking. And later, more on JCPenney's future after the group declared bankruptcy. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. After months of being closed because of the COVID-19 pandemic, Jamestown's National Comedy Center is set to reopen tomorrow with a series of safety precautions. Executive Director Journey Gunderson says the Comedy Center has developed a multifaceted comprehensive safety program called Laugh Safe. NCC officials worked with UPMC Chautauqua and Pittsburgh to design those safety protocols. The safety measures include touch-free exhibits using a disposable stylist and earbud, masks, and capacity reduction to 25%. Well, U.S. employers added a substantial 4.8 million jobs in June, and the unemployment rate fell to 11%. As the job market improved for a second straight month, yet still remained far short of reaching the colossal losses it suffered during the spring. The nation now has recovered roughly 1/3 of its 22 million jobs it lost due to the pandemic recession. The number of Americans who sought unemployment benefits barely fell last week to 1.47 million, though that weekly figure has declined steadily since peaking in late March. It's still more than double the pre-pandemic peak set in 1982. President Donald Trump held a news conference this morning where he spoke to the nation's reopening process.
All of these people are working with governors and local officials to restore best practices, and that's what we've done. That includes face coverings, social distancing, testing, and personal hygiene. Wash your hands. State officials will decide how rapidly to open their economies. That's largely up to them. If we see something that's egregious, we've gotten involved with a couple of them where we thought it was unfair. We'd like to see churches opened quickly, and some of them just don't want to do that. In New York, we got a great ruling from a judge, thank you, Judge, that they can open. If these best practices are implemented, then the hot spots can be calmed quickly, and we understand this horrible disease right now. We didn't understand the disease at all. We did the right thing. We closed it up. We would have lost millions of lives. We've done a historic thing. We would have lost millions of lives. And now we're opening it up, and it's opening up far faster than anybody thought even possible, and more successfully.
The total number of people receiving jobless aid remains at a sizable 19 million. Well, $477 million, that's how much JCPenney lost in just 3 months. The company shared the news this week, saying the amount of money it lost was 40% more than they've warned investors about just 3 weeks ago. The retail chain has been struggling for years now and hasn't actually been profitable since 2010. The latest plunge doesn't come as much of a surprise, though, because given that all of 846 of the company's stores were closed for half of the quarter because of coronavirus. But even since they've reopened, JCPenney's lost about another $60 million over the past month. They say they expect to stay in business with plans to close about 250 of their stores. But JCPenney's ability to survive the bankruptcy process depends on whether or not it can survive and save money from here on out. As far as we know, Lakewood store is still set to be open. Well, back here at home, a local feline shelter in Sherman is collecting donations today for a rummage sale to support the care of cats needing a home. Little Angels Animal Shelter or Sanctuary needs donations for the rummage sale in its thrift store, Cat and Thrift Obsessed, to help support that organization, which will use those funds to pay for spraying and neutering and get vet care, as well as finding homes for those furry friends. Donations can be dropped off from 1 to 5 today at 100 East Main Street in Sherman. The organization will not accept old computers, printers, tires, broken items, stained or torn clothing, or firearms. Can't believe they gotta have this on the list. They're not accepting drug paraphernalia. And they're also not accepting steel-jawed traps or any taxidermy items. If you can, get out and support. Big cat problem here in Jamestown, and I'm sure it's no different out there in Sherman, so it's great to see that a group is trying to help find some of those furry friends a home. Well, we thank you so much for sticking with WNY News Now as we continue to be your source for information here in the Jamestown area. Gotta say hello to Matt. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see Patricia as well. Good to see Samantha, Rick, Rita, and David. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. We thank you so much for joining us. Let's get a check of our full weather forecast now with the Chief Forecaster, Dakota Hunter. And Mr. Hunter, it looks like you're out enjoying the breeze. Is that right?
Yes, that's actually where I'm at right now. You see, I'm not actually here in the studio. I'm actually outside, folks. You see, but no. Actually, this is just a computer image, but no, it's basically kind of interesting for what this graphic is talking about. Again, yesterday we threw this out on social media, of course on Twitter, and of course on the First Defense Weather Facebook page. We only had 1.9 inches of rain throughout the month last month. We did all the official calculations on this last night because we got all the official data. We should be at 4.59 inches. I think I need new glasses. But this ranks as the 8th driest June on record in Jamestown, dating all the way back to 1890, which is when active weather records started being kept here in the city. Live look downtown from the HD News Now cam. Well, not the HD News Now cam. This is the camera top of the DoubleTree Hotel. And I dare you to find a cloud in this sky. There isn't one. Right now, we're already up to 79 degrees at the Jamestown airport already, north wind of 10, and the dew point is up there, 64, so it's making it feel like 81 degrees outside already as of noon hour. So the dog days of summer are here. These are the longest days of the year, so enjoy it, but that also means they're the hottest days of the year. It get even warmer tomorrow. The holiday weekend is looking great. No chance of rain, but it will be hot and muggy, and we're going to be close to a heat wave next week. This is something we've been hinting about throughout the past few days. And here's what's happening here. Notice the jet stream pulls way to the north and allows this bulge of heat and humidity to build in across much of the continental 48. We're talking hot, hot, hot temperatures here. Some spots, especially Buffalo to Rochester, could reach lower 90s for air temperatures. But again, we're not going for that down across the southern tier because I say it every year, it's hard to get 90s going here. So we're kind of backing off on that. And the heat wave, again, we talked about this yesterday. It's typically 2 or more days of 90 or above. I much prefer 3 days, but it's scientifically 2 days. And basically, you know, the problems with heat waves are you get heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and obviously the air quality can obviously decrease from air pollution. And we do have a couple chances for showers in the 7-day, but they're only just a few scattered showers, and we're still running below average for rainfall, and we definitely need the rain. That low pressure area that's been off the coast over the past couple of days is out of here. High pressure is built in, so that means when high pressure, there's not a cloud in the sky. First Defense Doppler radar, just follow the sweep line. It shows you nothing. We could sit here and look at that all day long, and it will show the exact same thing. Here's Future Scan through the day, dry through the day. Another great day to get out and do stuff outside. Tonight, another clear night. Again, get out and stargaze. Now, tomorrow, there's actually going to be a weak front moving our way from east to west, so it may spark a couple showers, especially while inland. I wouldn't worry about it too much. The majority of the area will be dry with lots of sunshine. So zone forecast, the inland areas today, temperatures mid to upper 80s out here in spots, more sun, more heat, more humidity. The Lake Erie shoreline right at the water is going to be the cooler spot. Upper 70s right at the waterfront. But look at that Lake Erie water temperature, 71. Grab the soap. Next 7 days of your life. Coming up, 85 tomorrow, 86 on the 4th of July itself. The 5th of July, we stay warm, hot, and muggy. And then we're going to be in the upper 80s basically next week to close to 90, both Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with just a small chance of afternoon showers and storms both Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be right back after the break, so don't you go anywhere.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. The operator of 1,200 Pizza Huts and nearly 400 Wendy restaurants is filing for bankruptcy. NPC International, which is Pizza Hut's largest franchisee, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy yesterday. The group has been struggling with pandemic-related shutdowns, rising labor and food costs, and massive debt of nearly $1 billion. NPC says it employs nearly 40,000 people here in the States. The company's restaurants will continue to operate while it navigates the bankruptcy process. NPC is just one of several U.S. companies to file for bankruptcy during the COVID-19 pandemic. 24 Hour Fitness, Neiman Marcus, and J. Crew all have filed in the past 2 months. Well, this year, 4th of July celebrations are looking a lot different. Many fireworks displays are no-goes, but not in the nation's capital. The U.S. Department of Interior is unveiling its plans for this year's 4th of July Salute to America celebration, as Tom Rousey reports.
Today, the Interior Department confirmed the Blue Angels and others will be back for a second straight July 4th. Starting at 6:45, there will be more than an hour's worth of military flyovers.
I understand there was also some vintage aircraft, World War II era.
Mike Litterist with the National Park Service says some things will seem the same as always this year, but what's new? A pandemic.
I certainly expect there to be fewer people than we normally might see, but the fact that so many surrounding locations have canceled their fireworks, we may get people coming here who might not normally, because we're the only show in town.
Some, including D.C.'s mayor, are urging people to stay near home, but Litterist says the Park Service would not have the event unless they felt it was safe.
The fact that it is an outdoor event, ample room to spread out, combined with social distancing measures, signage set up to allow for that, is an event that we believe can be done safely.
Masks are encouraged, and the Park Service says there will be 300,000 available for free for those who need them. President Trump made major changes to the fireworks show last year, expanding it to 35 minutes, and it will be that long again this year. Also, for the second straight year, the reflecting pool area will be open since the fireworks are no longer set off there.
Well, D.C.'s mayor says she thinks holding a large event during a pandemic is unwise and recommends people enjoy the festivities from their homes or in small gatherings. Here locally, Mayville is the only location holding its fireworks display. Well, the truth is out there, and today might be the perfect day to find it. Thursday is World UFO Day, and according to worldUFOday.com, yeah, it's a real thing. It's a day for the UFO community to come together and celebrate their beliefs. People can recognize the day by watching UFO movies and chatting with their friends about the possibility of alien life. There is video of Area 51, which has been a topic of fascination for conspiracy theorists and paranormal enthusiasts who believe it's the location where the U.S. government stores and hides alien bodies and other UFOs. The government officials' name for that Area 51 is the Nevada Test and Training Range, which is a unit of the Nellis Air Force Base. Either way, today it's used as an open training range for the Air Force. So they say, anyways. Happy UFO Day, everyone. We thank you so much for joining us here for WNY News Now. Really, the big holiday everybody's looking forward to is the 4th of July. But Dakota, we had this conversation, I think, a couple days ago. For some, the 4th of July and the days off really isn't anything new, because a lot of people now, companies are having them work from home, so it's almost like every day is a holiday.
Yeah. I mean, you know, a lot of people are working from home still. I mean, even though a lot of businesses are still reopening, a lot of companies are still implementing the work at home orders for their employees. Yeah. I mean, you know, we still have a lot of our staff working from home here. And I mean, you know, for them, it's almost like a vacation or a staycation, because they get to stay home in their jammies. And
the thing that I always found interesting, actually, I think working from home is a lot more efficient. Like for a while, and we still do this a couple days a week, with the holiday not so much, but I'll go home and work from home in the afternoon. I know it's kind of weird, but I'll come in, do the show, and then go home and work on any stories there. Right. And I kind of like it. Like, it's different. I mean, and not that, and the thing is, though, and I don't want to get myself in trouble, but sometimes,
go ahead. Like, it's just us girls. Nobody's listening but us girls. Go ahead.
Like, I'll come home, I'm working, and, you know, I'll do the dishes, you know, take a shower, I'm working. Like, if you send me an email, I will get back to you immediately. Like I do pretty much outside of work. But
Jay's in the shower with his phone. Mm-hmm. I'll get you back, yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
You do that, don't you? You take your phone in the shower and respond to emails while you're lathering up the soap in your hair?
I watched a movie once. I was really into this Netflix thing, and I just kept watching. Is it bad? Is that bad?
So you did that while you were in the shower?
Yeah.
You had your phone in the shower watching Netflix?
It's fine. It's waterproof.
Okay.
What are you going to do? Water resistant. Whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know. Kind of
You don't agree.
Anyway, 4th of July forecast here. Let's talk about this here. Basically, not a whole lot of change for this weekend. 85 tomorrow. There's that chance for a spotty inland shower, 20 to 25%. I would not worry about that. The majority of the day tomorrow is going to be sunny. The 4th itself, 86, hot and humid, and we stay hot and humid through much of next week, Justin.
All right, Dakota, thank you. Lots of love coming your way. Samantha says, love it hot weather. I will agree to disagree, Samantha, but we thank you for your input. Anyways, you know what? It is better than lake effect snow. Gotta say that. Gotta say that all day. That's going to do it for us today. Of course, when you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. It's free in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. We're back tomorrow. Hope to see you then.